Now welcome to the Rob Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Rob Johnson Sports Show. Once again, we are having issues with my iPad. I really do apologize for the issues I'm having with this iPad. It's really starting to piss me off. I'm going to have to transfer everything over to my new iPad. We were supposed to be on here tonight at 9:05, but I'm getting on here a little early with you guys. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the NFL. We're going to be doing the NFL recap and the NCAA, quick NCAA recap, and then we'll get to the predictions for the NCAA. If you want to check out my predictions, you can check out Legacy Maker Sports Network, as we'll be doing predictions and all that good stuff here very soon. So you can check out Legacy Maker Sports Network, where we'll be doing predictions. That should be out either late tonight or tomorrow. So what we're going to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to basically talk WNBA. We're going to do it until this iPad dies out. Right now, we're watching the Connecticut Sun against the New York Liberty. Of course, everybody knows that today that Breanna Stewart was your MVP of the league. And I don't know why this is doing that. Was your MVP. That's my picture from the WNBA Finals when they played against the Washington Mystics. There, as you see right there, Breanna Stewart, your MVP of the 2023 season. A lot of people thought it would be Asia Wilson. A lot of people thought it would be her third time winning the award, but it was not. So she does not win the MVP for the third time. There have been a lot of repeat MVPs in the WNBA. I'm going to actually read off that list to you guys right now. This is going from 1997 to 2022, including this 2023. So let me read off the MVPs for you guys. This is 97 through 98. I won't give you the year, but this is 97 through 2023. We have Cynthia Cooper, Yolanda Griffin, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Lauren Jackson, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Lauren Jackson, Candace Parker, Diane Taurasi, Lauren Jackson, Tamika Catchings, Tina Charles, Candace Parker, Maya Moore, Elena Deladon, Ineku Obumuke, Sylvia Flowers, Breanna Stewart, Elaine Deladon, Asia Wilson, Jonquel Jones, and Asia Wilson. And of course, now you have Breanna Stewart, who was your MVP of the WNBA. Right now, we have what is going on with this? Like, this is really pissing me off. Like, what is going on with this? I apologize again, folks. For some reason, the iPad is acting up. I can't put my finger on why it is, but I really do apologize every time I hit something. So this is the lineup for. What is going on with this crap, man? So this is the lineup for tonight, the WNBA. We have the Connecticut Sun against the New York Liberty, who are playing right now, and then the Dallas Wings against the Las Vegas Aces. As we get off of this screen, let me hit it again. Let me make sure this okay. We're good now. For some reason, the screen kept screwing up. So what we're gonna do, like we did last night, let's go to the live stream. Let's check out some of the action here for the WNBA. Let's check out some of the action here that we have. If I can try to get you guys zoomed in. It won't zoom in tonight, unfortunately. But you hear some action from the Sun versus the Liberty. The Sun lead 34-27. Sabrina Ionescu is at the line right now. She's going for 2 free throws. If she hits this, they'll be down by 7. So this is a very important game for the New York Liberty. If the Liberty can somehow, some way win this game, it'll be tied 1-1. If they don't, it's supposed to go back to Connecticut, where they will be up 2-0 in this 5-game series. So it's a huge game for Connecticut all around. Huge game for this franchise. huge game for Connecticut. This franchise to try to get back to the WNBA Finals. They had a tough series last series against the Minnesota Lynx. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in this matchup here tonight. Now, I was telling you guys that I was gonna refrain from talking from football, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just go through the games, go through the scores, and then that means tomorrow we can go ahead and just get the NCAA football out the way. So we'll go back and go through all the games. Won't be a big analysis of the games. We'll just talk about. We'll just give the score. So we had the 49ers against the. Go back to my regular screen here. Let's see. Get this out of here. We're gonna talk some not. I don't know why this keeps doing this. So we're gonna talk some NFL real quick. Just talk about what happened throughout the games. We had the 49ers and Giants. The 49ers won that game 30-12. Daniel Jones did not have a great game. He was 22 of 32, 137, one interception. Brock Purdy, 25 of 37, 310, two touchdowns. He was very hard on himself after the game, but he played one heck of a game. He is a baller, definitely. He is a force to be reckoned with in the National Football League. The Buffalo Bills absolutely crushed the Washington Commanders 37-7. Josh Allen, 20 of 32, 218 yards, one touchdown, one pick. The big story was Sam Howell, who was 19 of 29, 170, 4 interceptions, 9 sacks. The Washington Commanders have to shore that up before they start playing these even tougher teams. The Chargers played the Vikings, beat them 28-24. The Vikings had a chance at the end of the game to win. However, they took too much time. Kirk Cousins throws an interception. Brandon Staley's butt is saved because Brandon Staley went for it on a 4th and 1, I believe, on their own 24, 25-yard line. Horrible play call, but they survived. Green Bay comes back from 17 down. Derek Carr gets hurt, but Jordan Love makes the comeback, helps bring the Packers back. They win 18-17. The Lions nearly shut out the Atlanta Falcons 20-6. The Cleveland Browns 27-3. Deshaun Watson nearly 300 yards passing. Takes a lot of his doubters and shuts them up for the week. Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, C.J. Stroud shuts up a lot of his doubters as he goes into Jacksonville and puts up a 20-point win, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 20 of 30, 280 yards for him. Trevor Lawrence, 27 of 40, 279 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He struggled throughout the day. Mac Jones goes into MetLife Stadium and beats the New York Jets by a score 15-10, 201 yards, 1 passing touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 680 yards rushing, and Rashandre Stevens with another 59 yards on the ground. Patriots playing better football as the season goes on. The Miami Dolphins absolutely destroyed the Denver Broncos by a score of 70-20, absolutely dominating the Broncos. Tua absolutely comes in this game and gets revenge on Sean Payton, who says that he was be replaced by Teddy Bridgewater from last year. He was 23 of 26, 309 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Russell Wilson, not a horrible game, 23 of 38, 306 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. It looks like on the season, let's see here, Russell Wilson on the season has what is that? That is 4, 6, 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So Russell Wilson is not the problem, as I continue to say. It's time to look at that head coach and Sean Payton, who is the scapegoat. Let's look at the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts came in. They were trying to win this game. They're now 2-1, playing very good football. The Baltimore Ravens were missing a lot of players, but Lamar Jackson has to start playing better. He's not looked very good so far, and that is a concern for the Baltimore Ravens. The Carolina Panthers were missing Bryce Young. They lost by 10 at Seattle. Andy Dalton came in 24 of 58, 361 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Adam Thielen had 11 catches for 145. And Geno Smith had a pretty decent day, 23 of 36, 296 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. DK Metcalf, 6 catches, 112. And Kenneth Walker had nearly 100 yards with 97 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns for his team. The Dallas Cowboys get defeated by the Arizona Cardinals. Dak Prescott throws a late red zone interception to Cowboys, where I believe it was I think like 2 of 5 in the red zone, and they missed some good opportunities. Um, they definitely missed Trayvon Diggs, but Trayvon Diggs had nothing to do with them giving up that many yards rushing. So kudos to the Arizona Cardinals, who I said coming in the game, we're going to have a game plan, ran for over 200 yards, etc. And they played their game. They're a tough team. Jonathan Gannon is really, really doing his thing right now as a coach and showing why he is a coach in the league. The Las Vegas Raiders continue to, well, let's get back to one of the other games. The Bears got absolutely mauled by the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not going to go into that. The Chiefs just looked unstoppable. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 23-18. Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt in this game. So, you're going to have to bring in the backup quarterback here for the next one for the Las Vegas Raiders. Same story for the Raiders. Garoppolo throws for 324, but 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Devontae Adams, 13 catches, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had himself a game. Kenny Pickett, 16 of 28, 235, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He played an efficient game for his team. The Philadelphia Eagles looked very scary on Monday night, 25-11, taking down Baker Mayfield and the crew. The defensive line looking dominant. The defensive line showing why they are one of the more dominant figures in this league. We'll continue to see how they look as the season goes on. But I really was impressed by the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts has not even played a great game yet for these Philadelphia Eagles. And, if he's not playing a great game yet, then you gotta know that when he starts playing great, they're going to be an unstoppable team. So far in the season, he has 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So once Jalen Hurts starts to get going, this Eagles team is going to be tough to stop. Bengals and Rams. We talked about this game last night on the live feed, folks. The LA Rams and Sean McVay blew this thing last night. They had every opportunity. The Bengals gave them every opportunity to win this game. And they didn't take advantage of it, folks. They did not take advantage of this game. And the problem is that when you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock and you know that you're down by, 10 points, what do, folks? You kick the field goal. You kick the field goal, and once you kick that field goal, ladies and gentlemen, guess what happens after that? You're down by 7. You can get the 1 timeout, plus you get your 2-minute warning. You get the ball back with a minute and so left. Tutu Atwell was destroying these guys last night, ladies and gentlemen. Tutu Atwell was absolutely getting anywhere he wanted on the field. And I believe that should have been a touchdown in the first half. But unfortunately for Tutu, it was not a touchdown. He should have had 2 touchdowns on the night. That would have ultimately put them up in the end. But that's okay. I mean, it's on LA. It's on Sean McVay. They have to play better. They have to do better if they want to continue to try and salvage their season. Now, let's get back to the WNBA. Right now, we are looking at a really good game between Liberty and Sun. If you guys did not know, again, I'll put it back up. Here goes Brianna Stewart. That is my picture. Me and Darrell Owens covered the WNBA Finals back in 2018, 2019, when the Seattle Storm defeated the Washington Mystics in the WNBA Finals. So shout out to Brianna Stewart, multi-time MVP. I myself thought Asia Wilson should have won the MVP, but hey, what can you really say? Like I said, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, we're going to be doing the Robb Johnson Sports Show again. I'll be doing my NCAA predictions. The couple of games I wanted to get to as well when it comes to NCAA football was, number 1, Notre Dame, Ohio State. I can say this about Notre Dame. I was very impressed. They played hard defensively. They made sure that Ohio State they were sweating at all parts of that football game. Here's the problem if you are Ohio State. And I say this because I want everyone to do well in football, and I want everybody to do well in life, sports, whatever. You have to know the moment, folks. You have to know the moment as I bring you guys back into me. You have to know the moment, especially if you are Notre Dame. All right, so you're at the 1-yard line. You have 10 players on the field, right? 10 players. That means that even if you get a penalty, I remember Coach said, that he didn't want to get the penalty. Even if you get the penalty, you're at the 1-yard line. You got to get that 11th player in there because you got to be able to stop that run. They did a great job, in my opinion, of stopping the run. Ohio State did a great job, in my opinion, of taking advantage of what was given to them. It's not on Ohio State to stop and say, "Oh, we don't have enough guys on the field." No, that is on Notre Dame. So Notre Dame did a bad job in that. They did a bad job in that sense. I just I don't understand how Notre Dame did not get that memo. But hey, they lost the game 17-14 to a really tough Ohio State team. Um, if you go through the stats of that football game, McCord had 240 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Travion Henderson out of Hopewell, who was right down the road from here. He had 14 carries for 104 and a touchdown. He's going to have a future in the NFL. I guarantee it. He's a great running back, and I think he get the job done. Sam Hartman, one of his worst games so far of the season. 17 of 25, 175 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. Notre Dame, if we go ahead and we look at Notre Dame's schedule going down here, they got to go to Duke, and we're going to talk about this Duke game. I'm telling you, folks, if Duke beats Notre Dame, Duke's got a good chance down the stretch. They got Florida State, they got some other tough teams, but Duke is for real, folks. And people look at the Clemson game and say, "Oh, Clemson, they should have been. The dynasty's over." No, Duke is a legitimate football team. I'm going to say it again. Duke is a legitimate football team. Stop looking at them just as a basketball school. Duke is for real. You better start paying attention to Duke. Next game we'll get to is Colorado and Oregon. Most I can say is, listen, Oregon beat them. Colorado, they took the loss. You got to come back this week. You got to play USC, so you don't have time to lick your wounds too much. If you're Coach Prime, continue to do what you're doing. If you're Coach Lannon, you hype your team up like you were supposed to. And I'll say this, folks: is there some resentment against Deion Sanders because he's African American? Possibly, but you know something. The thing is that a lot of these coaches, I feel like the reason why they're mostly mad is because they feel like they paid dues over the years and all that good stuff, and they don't want the structure of college football to change. But what they have to understand is it has to change. Everything in life changes. Nothing stays the same. If everything stayed the same, we would not progress as a society. So that's just what it is. Also, shout out to Richmond and William & Mary who won on the weekend. Now, get you guys back to this game. Check this out, guys. At the end of the half, the Connecticut Sun take a 42-38 lead into halftime. That's huge. That's huge. Also, let's get to the stats. So, like I said, we'll be doing the NCAA football games tomorrow. But let's get to the stats of this game right here between the loss, between the New York Liberty and the Connecticut Sun. If we can bring those stats up, hopefully right here. All right, so first half, you have Alyssa Thompson. She's got 4 points. Now, Tiffany Hayes, who is 34. Tiffany Hayes, folks, is 34 years old. Let me get you back on the camera here. Tiffany Hayes, 34 years old, leads the Sun with 17 points. Bonner, who is 36, is second in scoring with 11. So you have a lot of older players. Get you back on the screen here. You have a lot of older players right now who are leading the way for the Sun. Look at some of the younger players here trying to make an impact. The Sun, they're a veteran team. And right now, it looks like they have one out of their starters. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. They've only had 5 players that have scored. We go over to the Liberty. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've had 6 players who've scored. Right now, we have Jones and Ionescu who lead the team in scoring. Brianna Stewart, the MVP, only has 4 points. You can't do that, Brianna Stewart. I don't know if the pressure got to Brianna Stewart, but I'm telling you right now, folks, the reason this is so intriguing, and I'm gonna update this on social media as well. Stewart only has 4 points in the first half. And I put a question mark. I'm going to put this on my Robb Johnson media page and on Legacy Maker. I'm going to put an emoji with Asia Wilson. Because trust me, folks, Asia Wilson is watching this right now, and she is preparing. She's preparing. I'm gonna put at Asia Wilson. If I can add her on Instagram. Miss Wilson can't wait to get on the court and show the voters they got it wrong. So I'll put this on both the Legacy Maker and my page as well. You can check me out on Robb Johnson Media page, Robb Johnson on Facebook, as well as you can find this on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. I am live right now, so go over to the page and check it out. I'm putting it on both pages. Let's see here. Let's get this meme. Let's get this emoji. And like I said, I'm talking to you guys in real time. So I'm doing social media as well as talking to you guys. So just bear with me. Okay, let's see here. Get on the court and show the world they got it wrong. Okay, so social media is updated. We got social media straight. So when we look at this game so far, if you're the Liberty, right, you have a lot of pressure on you because you think about when they beat the Mystics in that first series, the game 2 was a struggle. And with Brianna Stewart only scoring 4 points in the first half, you can't have that. I've said this, folks, and I'll continue to say it. Sabrina Ionescu is like the Scottie Pippen of this basketball team. I've always said Scottie Pippen is an all-time great. I've always said that he is, undoubtedly one of the better players in Chicago Bulls history. But he and Michael need each other. The thing is I don't think Brianna Stewart typically needs Ionescu. I think she could win a championship without her. But you did see Brianna Stewart for all those years need complementary players. So, and I think the same thing with Sabrina Ionescu. I think Ionescu, as good as she is, she needs Brianna Stewart. And for them to be losing like they did in game 1, and you're going to game 2 now, and Brianna Stewart in 20 minutes only has 4 points, that's concerning. Because the Sun, as I said, they're an older team, but they're a veteran team. As we try to hurry and get back here in the second half, they're a veteran team, and I believe that they're a team that if they're not careful, they'll lose. And if you look at Brianna Stewart's point distribution, 4 for 4 on the free throw line, that means that all of her points have come from the free throw line. That means she is 0 5 from field goals. That can't happen. If they really want to become champions and they want to go and beat Las Vegas, see, this is the playoffs now. This is no longer the regular season. There's no longer these in-game tournaments or none of this other crap. The Aces are coming for the people's necks. I doubt very seriously, and I really like the Dallas Wings. I really do. I think they're a good team. I think that they bring a lot of intensity, bring a lot of heart. But they're in trouble. They're going to end up losing this series. They're going to lose it in 3 games. If it gets extended to 4, I'd be very shocked. That would be a lot of kudos to Dallas. But there is no way in the world that the Aces lose this game tonight, especially with the fact that Brianna Stewart is presented with the MVP and the Aces have the best record in the league. The Aces are a great team, but let's not act like their roster is super. This is not the Golden State Warriors. This is not the Chicago Bulls. I'll even take a step further. I think that those teams with Maya Moore and Simone Augustus could beat this Aces team. I really do. That's just my opinion. That's what I think about it. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but I mean, Brianna Stewart was a great player. Even when you look back some of those Houston Comet teams or those Lisa Leslie-led Sparks teams, even the Lauren Jackson-led teams back in the day. I mean, there were some good teams. So as good as this Aces team is, I don't look at them as a super team, as many other people do. I know people have their, intuitions or how they would, reverse history. There's era versus era, but I really think that this team is good enough. As we look at Asia Wilson coming into the building, she looks great. If I can reverse the camera's not doing it. Let me see. I thought the camera would go, but the camera's not going. Sorry about that. But that was Asia Wilson coming into the building um, for the Las Vegas Aces. She looks like she is dressed to kill, and I'm telling you, she's gonna have at least a 30-point game tonight, in my opinion, folks. I think that she is going to absolutely ball out tonight for the Las Vegas Aces as my wow, this is crazy. All right, folks. I'm sorry again. I don't know what is going on with this iPad. It's not working correctly. Oh man, this is crazy. There we go. There we go. I'm sorry, folks. Again, this iPad is old, a little bit older here, and I have to transfer all my information over. I apologize. Um, I'll get this situation handled very soon, so that I don't have to keep doing this and doing that. So you guys don't have to go through this motion I'm going through. But let's get this camera. Let's make sure see if this camera is working again. It's not. It's all good. Thought it was working. Let's see, so I can get you guys back and forth. We're live as well. I apologize for the inconvenience, but again, we're live, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting you guys everything as far as the coverage and all that good stuff. So, 1 second. All right. All right. Let's see here. Cost of live TV. Anyway, guys, look, I'm having a lot of issues with this stream right now. Again, we have a really good WNBA game on. Thank you guys who tuned in and participated, but I'm gonna have to end the stream now because this is very unprofessional with this iPad acting the way it's doing. So I'm gonna have to make some adjustments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the Rob Johnson Sports Show.